Of impeachment against Deputy AG Rod Rosenstein. Joining me now with what this means, how all of this is going to play out, former Congressman Jason Chaffetz, author of the new book, The Deep State. Good to see you tonight, Congressman. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for being
What does it mean?
I'm glad Congress is finally standing up for itself, because how many times do you have to have duly issued subpoenas that are just totally ignored by the Department of Justice? If you had done this, you'd be in jail. But the only way to enforce a subpoena is to get the Department of Justice to do it. And Rod Rosenstein has been more than cavalier in saying, no, I'm not going to comply with that. They've redacted things that shouldn't have been redacted, and they're not providing the documents to Congress. So that's one part of it, non-compliance to duly issued subpoenas. The second part is this FISA application. It has Rod Rosenstein's name on it. He is central to an investigation being done by Congress, the Inspector General, and perhaps others. And so here you have somebody that should have recused himself. He's signing off on an investigation. He's overseeing an investigation of which he's a central figure.
All right, so what do you think the likely outcome is? And Meadows and Jordan are going to be on with Laura Ingraham later this evening to talk about it. But, you know, is this to force their hands so that they're more forthcoming with the documents, or is it real? Do they really want to impeach Rod Rosenstein?
They should. We had House counsel look at this. We tried to impeach Lois Lerner, something a lot of people don't know.
That went really well.
Well, what they said was, under advice and consent and the Constitution, House counsel came back and said, if you're confirmed by the United States Senate, then yes, you can do that. But very few members are willing to pull that trigger. And, you know, you have people like Jordan and Meadows, and I hope a host of others that will start to understand it is one of the constitutional levers that is given to the power of Congress to stand up for itself. Because right now, they're totally impotent. They aren't able to do anything, and the Department of Justice just gives, thumbs their nose and puts a stiff arm up, and consequently Congress can't do its job.
Yeah, but I think people feel like they see, folks on the Oversight Committee just, throw up their hands and, rant and rave about not getting what they want. And you can understand the argument that technically they should be turning over these documents, but you get stonewalled all the time, and you are never able to actually push it through and push the envelope and make them give you what you want.
One of the turning points is when Jim Comey tweeted out that he wants people to vote for the Democrats. And the reason why that they want to do that is these same people are under investigation. What do they think is going to happen when the Democrats get in charge? All these investigations do. That's why the deep state, that's why I wrote a book about this stuff. That's what they want to do, is they go after these people. The only way to get their attention is to ratchet it up. But think about it, the entire top echelon of the FBI has been decimated. People have resigned, people have been demoted, somebody's been fired. You have a 560-page Inspector General report. The imperative to Congress to fix this and fast is there. And when Rod Rosenstein stands in the way of all of that by not allowing Congress to do its job, then he should get rid of him. The only way to do that is through impeachment.
And anyone who brings it up is disrespectful to the intelligence agencies. That's the line that comes back.
That's so wrong.
Couple of things here. You just mentioned if Democrats get control, it looks like that's increasingly likely. I mean, the latest Quinnipiac poll has Democrats up by 12. That's a generic question. Would you rather see a Democrat or a Republican in your district? 51% say they would rather see a Democrat. So it looks at least.
I don't know. I mean, these are the same polls that said that Hillary Clinton was going to be the next president of the United States, and by about 8 p.m. on election night, they were totally wrong.
How confident are you in disbelieving those polls?
I'm willing to bet a Chick-fil-A on it. I mean, come on. I just look. What are the Democrats offering? They offer no new leadership. Pelosi and Schumer. What is their message? We're going to raise your taxes. All they are is obstructionists. The resist movement just says no to everything. You had Ron Wyden, who is a senator out of Oregon, saying that because President Trump wants to take away security clearances of former employees, that we should impeach them. They way overplay their hand. So Republicans, I think, have been the adults in the room. The economy's doing well. And look at the announcement tonight, where the president played a tough hand. It looks like he's going to win in being able to reduce the tariffs. That's huge.
That's a big story. The market's loved it. It's a big story. Here's Paul Ryan talking about how much time they have left and how much they can get done. Watch this.
So you only have 9 more full days. Jason Chaffetz was on with us earlier. He said there are only 9 more full days until the midterm elections. That's crazy. Right around the corner.
Yeah, right.
What'd you say?
We have a lot to do.
We have a lot to do. Wait, how is it that they have 9 more working days between now and November?
Come on, it's Congress.
Come on, you got to be kidding me.
It's a job with a recess
9 days between now and November 6th?
You can't give up recess. Come on.
Please, you got to be kidding me.
For the House.
Basically, they haven't, they've basically been sitting back since the tax reform passed. Woo,
They
very
have
proud
to
of that.
pass. They have to pass a continuing resolution or an omnibus, but they'll probably do a short-term
forbid it
one,
be
and
an
everybody will
actual
go
budget.
along with it. They might do something with taxes in the House, but in the Senate, it's all about Judge Kavanaugh and getting him to the Supreme Court and getting other judicial nominees. Think about it. Mitch McConnell promised we're going to work through August, except they're taking the first week off.
Right. But he always says that when he makes those threats, he does get some movement. They get more judges, approved.
No, they don't.
They get more judges.
They all
approved.
know it's a bluff.
But you really have to mean it,
If
right?
you're
It's
going
like
to work
parenting.
in August,
Like if you're going
don't
to punish,
take the
you
first
better
week
follow
off.
through.
That's right. Don't take the first week
We're
of
gonna work in
August off.
Except for the first week.
Yeah,
And then we'll
we
be
need a
back.
little time.
The deep state. Quick plug for the book.
I didn't know what it was when I started in Congress, but I'm telling you, there are an army of bureaucrats who push back and they want to take down the Trump agenda. I lived it. I saw it. My real life stories. It'll be on the bookshelves in September, but you can order it now.
Look forward to it. Good to see you as always.
Thanks,
Jason
Martha.
Chaffetz, thank you. Former Congressman. Good.